What does it mean that you have the words heavyweight boxing champion of the world before your name?
It's a great honor, it's a very prestigious thing to be. Not only am I just a heavyweight champion of the world, I'm the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, which goes back to the days of John L. Sullivan. It goes right back, which means the man who beat the man who beat the man. Max Kellerman can fill you in more on that if you need to know more information. And I'm also the Ring Magazine heavyweight champion, which means I am the Don of the heavyweight division. And as for being the most famous sportsman on the planet, well, I think I may be that person right now.
Tyson, you were supposed to fight Wilder this summer. That obviously may not happen due to the coronavirus. What have conversations been like about when and how this fight will officially happen?
Well, the thing is at the moment is how long is a piece of string? We've had a world pandemic. It's not been me or Wilder's fault while the fight's not happened this time in the summer. Discussions have been, let's see if we can get some live crowds in, when that's going to happen, which is not looking like any time soon, unfortunately. And a fight of this magnitude between me and Deontay, it can't be in a small old venue with no people in the crowd. It's just too big of a fight for that to happen. So we're just waiting, looking at December the 18th. That's a new date we've got penciled in. We're trying to speak to the big stadium owners like the Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas. Also, we're speaking to people in Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Australia's been mentioned. There's been a few different destinations where maybe we could have crowds. So, it's an ongoing situation, but hopefully we get it over the line. And I think with me and Wilder, it's just like we're fighters. We fight anywhere. It doesn't really matter. And the promoters are there to do their job, and I'm sure they're going to do a fantastic job.
Tyson, how serious was your father in wanting to fight Mike Tyson for charity?
My dad's very serious. My dad trains every single day of his life. He trains 2 hours a day, 55 years old. He's in great shape. He doesn't fight anybody. He's that type of person. But, Mike Tyson's a legend, a hero, a great, and he's coming back. So, it maybe it'd be a good fight for him to take one of the days if he continues his campaign in the division.
Tyson, it's been so cool to watch you kind of build the renaissance for the heavyweight division. There's been a lot of speculation out there, rumors floating around that you may fight Dillian Whyte before you fight Anthony Joshua. How accurate are those rumors?
Inaccurate, because I've got to fight Deontay Wilder, which is the second baddest man on the planet, the biggest puncher in boxing history ever. So how can I think about a bum like Dillian Whyte or Anthony Joshua when I've got the bronze bomber on my tail, gunning for my blood?
So where would you rank Anthony Joshua? If Deontay Wilder is the second baddest man on the planet, where's Anthony Joshua?
Third.
Okay, all right.
That was direct.
He's in third place behind Wilder. Me first, second Wilder, third AJ, four the Ukrainian guy, and five Dillian Whyte.
Wow.
What if I told you wasn't one and I put Joshua ahead of you?
On what merit? There's got to be a merit, surely.
He can't argue with you, Tyson. He's just trying to mess with you.
Man, just because I want to put him in one. I want you to prove yourself.
I don't have to prove myself. I'm the lineal leading long-range champion for 5 years. Undefeated. These guys have been beat. There's only one undefeated champion, and he goes by the name of the Gypsy King. He used to be a three-headed monster until the other two monsters get slain by the Slayer. The heavyweight dragon slayer is me, yes. Tyson Fury, Gypsy King.
But Tyson, what if I look at the record and I say you fought a bunch of tomato cans? Then what?
Listen, you can have your opinion, but it means nothing because facts are facts. And I beat the only two undefeated long-reigning champions, only the second man in history behind Muhammad Ali to beat two champions with more than 10 defenses under the belt.
Tyson Fury is joining us on Keyshawn, JWill and Zubin, presented by Progressive Insurance. Tyson, when you said me first, you should have seen the smile on Key's face because you guys are like long-lost brothers with that level of confidence. I want to ask you right now, for fans that have sort of gravitated from boxing to UFC and the sort of cut it's made into the general sports fan, you are the lineal heavyweight champion. Right now, you are at the top of the mountain in the sweet science. Where is boxing right now?
Boxing's on a very high note, and before this epidemic came along, boxing was flowing very, very well. But obviously, this world thing, pandemic that's gone on, has sort of slowed everything down, not just in boxing, but in life in general. And everybody doesn't know where we are at the moment with it all. So, we've just got to see what goes on.
WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line, brought to you by Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. I know Jay asked you about your father and Tyson for charity. What do you make of the fact, though, that Tyson wants to just come back, period, whether this is a one-night thing or not? He still is, to many people, the most recognizable boxing name they know.
Yeah, of course. Listen, Mike Tyson's a legend in the game, isn't he? And at 55 years old, 53 years old, he's a little bit long in the tooth for it. But then again, who is anybody to say don't follow your dreams and don't follow your heart? If you want to do something in your own mind, he's put the work and dedication. He's in fantastic shape. He obviously still feels like he's got a lot to offer. So I support Mike in anything he does. I'm named after him. Guy's a legend. I love him. And that's it. If he wants to come back and do some boxing, then fair play to him. He's an inspiration to all men, isn't he, at that age?
Tyson, how long are you going to keep going in boxing before you hang up the gloves?
Until I can't box anymore. I love boxing. I don't do it for any specific reason other than I absolutely love it, live and breathe it. It's all I've ever done in my life from being a child up until being a man 32 last week, a couple of days ago, actually. So, yeah, I continue to do boxing until I can't do anymore, just like all the greats did. Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, Rocky Marciano, all these guys, they all boxed and boxed and boxed. Even Floyd Mayweather at his age, he's on about boxing again. Mike Tyson's back, Roy Jones is back. Once you get the boxing bug, it's almost very difficult to get rid of it, ever.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.